Alright, welcome back everyone. Wow, I can already tell that latency is really fast. How's the video quality though? Let me full screen it. So when everything's still, you know, it looks great, but of course that's exactly how video works. Let's see if I can get a sweeping shot of this room. You know, it's not as bad as I thought it'd be. Let's get a kind of murky outside view. Yeah, that's where it suffers a little bit, is in that murky darkness outside. It looks a tad bit soft, but I will say, let me count really quick. It's like 1.5 seconds of latency. There's almost none. I don't know, man. Like, I get that the reduced visual quality is slightly aggravating, but near no latency is kind of appealing. Like, it's extremely appealing, to be perfectly honest.
All systems online.
Yeah, it's about 1.5 seconds. It almost looks like a second, but if I count it, it's about 1.5 seconds. Maybe like 1:45. Or 75, sorry, like 1 3/4. But that is so close to what I'm actually doing. It's kind of crazy. Alright. So that was part 1 of the test. Part 1 was to see what the latency times were. Because, like, you know, if ultra low latency was like 8 seconds rather than 10 seconds, it wouldn't have been worth it to me, but I don't know. 1 second or 2 difference is kind of insane. I'm just saying, it's pretty freaking insane. I've never seen streaming be that fast before. Why don't I play more mainstream games? Like what? Like Call of Duty World War II? Like, I don't know. My thought has always been that I want to play games that I want to play, and sometimes they are mainstream games. You know? I do occasionally play a mainstream game here or there, but there's a couple problems with that. One is that if you're playing mainstream games all the time, it's kind of more expensive. You know? Like, I can swallow a $30 couple-year-old game, but a $60 brand new game, I can't do that often, you know? It adds up a bit. But, you know, I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying. Why don't I play more mainstream games to grow my channel faster? But it's never exactly been what I've been interested in, is having a big, you know, fast-growing channel. It's fun. Believe me, it's fun. When I was playing through Umineko visual novel, I did get quite a lot of subs during that time. In a pretty short period of time, and it's a lot of fun, but that's not my entire goal. Oh yeah, Doki Doki was a lot of fun, and you know, okay, I see what you mean, mainstream. That is a decently mainstreamish game. It's not my sole idea. I do mix them in every once in a while, but my idea for stuff I do on my channel has always been, let's do something I want to do. Because at the end of the day, if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, I'm not having fun. But there's also something to be said about trying new stuff. I don't know. I think there's a lot of great older and non-mainstream games. That's kind of what I've come down to over the course of my life. Man, this latency is like, it's crazy. I still can't believe how quick this is. So anyway, the first part of the stream was checking out latency. Second part is I want to give myself a decent length video here that I can review at a later point. probably when I get off work later. Just to see how it looks over time. I want to see if it, ever just completely craps out in pretty dark situations. So I'm just going to collect some resources for a bit. If anyone's around, I'd love to talk, but, if not, that's fine. And probably going to do it for like half an hour or something. I don't know. So the two things I wanted to make next time are going to be the modification station and the vehicle upgrade console. So I need computer chips. I need 2 of those. I need a diamond. I got plenty of lead. And I need some copper. I don't have any copper right now. What does it take to make a computer chip? I can't even remember. Some gold, some copper wire. So we need... I think we need 6 copper, 4 table coral sample. I probably have the gold. Yeah, I've got the gold. Alright. So, yeah. I think I know what we need. Oh yeah, we can put all this titanium up too and give ourselves some more room to pick up more titanium. I will say this, just in relation to the mainstream game thing again. I'm thinking about it a little bit now. And it's not necessarily mainstream, but I have had situations in the past where I've tried a game, realized like 2 or 3 episodes into it. Oh, thanks, Lucas. Realized like 2 or 3 episodes into it that I didn't like it, and then I had to stop. And I kind of hate doing that. So I like to make sure I'm going to like what I'm playing. So I don't know if you were around earlier, Lucas, when I was saying this, but I'm trying out the ultra low latency option on YouTube, which allows me to, which will allow the video to be delivered to people from what I'm counting about 2 seconds after I do it, which is kind of crazy, because normal latency is like 16 seconds for me. So what, that's 8 times faster, I think? Yeah. More or less. Hello, friend. Yeah, no, it's very strange, isn't it? Like, it's just the almost instant reply. Like, you finish typing it, you sit back, and you're like, oh, he'll reply to me in like 20 seconds. And it's like 5 seconds later. Well, okay, so, like, there's, I think, 2 games I can distinctly remember that I stopped playing, and to be perfectly honest, neither of them are hugely mainstream games now. Not even 5 seconds. The 2 games I remember, one was Miyazumata, which, to be perfectly honest, wasn't a good game, but it was an interesting game, but I just kind of, it aggravated me, and I didn't like it. The other one was, I tried playing the original Mass Effect, and there was something about that it just kind of, it didn't work for me. And I'm not sure what it was. Hello, friend. It didn't work for me. I think I tried like 3 episodes, and then I ended up having to stop. And I hate doing that. But yeah, this ultra low latency is kind of crazy. Mostly what I'm testing right now is to make sure that I know there's a quality drop. It even says so to you directly, that it's going to have a, well, it doesn't say it's going to have reduced visuals, but it mentions normal latencies having the highest quality playback. So I know there's going to be a bit of a playback drop, but I've already kind of accepted that streaming, because there's already a playback drop compared to regular YouTube videos streaming. So, honestly, a tiny bit more isn't that bad. Especially if I can reduce the response time so heavily. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I take a... Sorry, fish. I take a pause in talking to think for a second, and I realize, holy crap, everything I just said, everyone's already heard. Like, I'm not used to that. I'm used to being able to take a pause for a second, keep talking, and have no one actually hear that I talked in the first place. Isn't that strange? It's not live, but it's probably the closest thing you're going to get to on the internet, to be honest. And what I'm thinking is some of the main things that I like streaming for is I like the, you know, the instant interaction, so to speak. And of course it's not instant, but it's a lot faster than YouTube where, I mean, the normal YouTube videos where I record something for half an hour, I edit something for half an hour, I render something for maybe an hour, I upload it for half an hour. So at this point we're sitting at, what, 2.5 hours? It goes through some processing for half an hour, so 3 hours. And finally, if someone was just, like, sitting there, like, just doing nothing but waiting for the video to come out, they could watch it 3 hours after I did it, and then make a comment. Only they're going to have to start watching it, and if the thing that I'm wanting them to reply to happens at the end of the video, then we're at another half an hour. So let's just round it and say 4 hours minimum of response time. How your jokes won't miss the punchline. Just be bad on their own merits. So yeah, like 4 hours minimum if I'm making just a half-hour video. Compared to now, you know, well, compared to regular streaming, 16 seconds. Maybe, let's say 20 for, you know, someone to actually type a reply. Maybe 25, I don't know. Now we're looking at 2 seconds to actually deliver. Maybe 8 to 10 seconds to reply. And that's just because you can't immediately talk back. You can type. Isn't it though? Isn't it a little creepy? I'm still trying to get to it myself. But yeah, it is kind of strange. Let me get one more. Alright, so back to what I'm doing. Let me see again how to make that computer chip. If I don't like what I'm doing, I'm not having fun. I just saw your comment over there. The other thing is, I'm trying to pay attention more to the video over here. Let me full size it again. It's looking alright right now. So I'm not paying as much attention to Discord at the moment. Is it electronic? Yeah, it's electronics. So I've got the gold. The copper wire is just 2 copper. Do I have 6 copper yet? I have 8. Thanks. Now, I think it will be, it's going to be strange at first. Probably the first, like, 2, maybe 3 streams I do of it, it's going to be weird. But once people kind of start to see how cool it is, I think it will get cool. I already think it's cool. It's just also strange. So many fish here. I gotta collect all of you. All of your deliciousness. Yeah, I know. That's the problem I'm having, is if if I rewatch it later and it looks terrible, I don't know if I'd be able to go back to regular streaming. That's a good question. Since I do have a couple people in chat, which I wasn't exactly banking on, how does it look to you guys? I'm talking like more compared to like usual stuff. I don't know. I think I only needed 2 copper wire. And I need the gold, which I don't have here. Oh yeah, I need a diamond still. It's different. Oh no, that might be bad different. I can understand that though. It's based upon what I was saying, it looked a little, oh, not that way. It looked a little soft. Which is what I was expecting. It depends on how soft it is. If it's a little bit soft, but it looks mostly okay, there's just a little bit of artifacts and a little bit of trouble with the dark. Like, I'm going to expand right here because I am actually going into a pretty dark area. Let's see how that looks. Then it might be okay. You know, it won't bother me that much. I just don't want it to kind of turn into, like, a mess of pixels where you can't actually tell what's happening. That actually looks pretty okay. Let me go back out of full screen so I can see chat again. You don't have enough time to think and type. I could kind of, I could kind of see that. It's kind of a thing for me as well where, I talk about something, and then I'm waiting for the reply, which I'm used to that 15-second wait. So, usually by the time I actually reply, or by the time you guys hear me reply, I should say, I've already seen most of what people are saying. Am I heading in the right direction? I don't even know if I am. There's certain parts of the ocean I don't want to be going towards right now. Yeah, it's this way. I have to stop up and think about what I'm typing and then press send. Yeah, I totally went to like the wrong direction. So, that is kind of weird, because I'm used to that weight. And with that weight gone, I'll probably reply to the first thing I see. That's going to be weird. Man, I went, like, so in the wrong way. In fact, I'm pretty sure I went in the direction that I really, really don't want to have gone. Yeah, here we go. It's looking surprisingly better than I thought. I was thinking that it was going to honestly like drop me down to 720p and give me almost no bitrate in order to get it to send that fast. And the fact that it doesn't is pretty great. Oh! Thought I could jump that. Couldn't jump that. You gotta try things to find out. I'm always worried about this pit down here, because I'm pretty sure there's bad creatures in that direction. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure. Also, it probably is barely out at this point, to be perfectly honest, but I did just upload an episode of Subnautica, Part 1 and Part 2. Part 1 should be out already. Part 2, if it's not out already, should be out pretty soon. Jump the shark. No, that's funny. So if you are bored, there is about an hour and 10 minutes or so of Subnautica that's about to be out. If not. No, it is cool. I like it a lot. I think, barring any like massive technical problems that I discover after I finish doing the stream, I'm probably going to stick with this. I really, really like this. And any frame drops you're seeing, by the way, are not the stream. Yeah, I know. It's not a good time for international people, anyway. Any frame drops you're seeing are not the stream. That is, in fact, this game gets really chuggy on these islands. Which I guess makes sense during normal game. There's a lot of ocean and very little land. Whereas on the land, there's a lot of land and not as much ocean.
Huh?
Oh man, it really dies when you get out of the water there too. Though to be fair, it does that in the normal game. It's not exactly one of the most optimized games I've seen. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. I need one diamond, and I'll have everything ready for next episode. That was the whole thing about this. I was planning, like, when I first started this series, I knew I was going to be cutting out decent chunks of it. It's not as bad as it used to be, I will admit. There's not as much grinding necessary as it was when the game used to be out. Or early access, I should say. So it's not that bad. Like, I remember distinctly having to spend a few hours doing dives looking for, you know, some resource or something. So it's not bad, but I definitely wanted to... I definitely knew I was going to have to take breaks. No, and that's the thing. Like, if people... It's not like I'm going to ignore people's choices. If, you know, if they speak a couple seconds after I got the first answer. I'll ask the question and somebody will answer and I'll be like, oh, that one thing. And then a couple seconds later, someone else will say something else and I'll be like, ah, yeah, that too. So, it's not like anybody's opinion is invalidated. But it's, it does make me react to situations faster, let's say that. Like, I ask someone, hey, I need a hint with this, and then someone gives me a hint. Dang it, stupid crabs! Sorry. You know, I think it allows faster reaction times. I mean, obviously it does, but it gives me faster reaction times. I ask a question and I need help. I can get the help I need faster. And that's kind of a good thing, too. Hey, there's another tablet. I want this tablet. Honestly, I didn't explore this island much. I don't think there's too much interesting on it other than strange crabs. And diamond. That's why we're here. We're here to get diamond and not get attacked by whatever strange creature I ran into last time. There we go. I've now regained my fear of the ocean, by the way. I doubt anyone's watched that last episode. I did just, like, put it online, like, 30 minutes ago. Oh! That's right, you better run. Strange Crabs and Diamonds, the title of my new album. Please buy. Yeah, the crabs are weird. Alright, we're doing a little off-roading now. There is fall damage in the game, I should remind you, so this is not exactly a safe thing. Oh! Okay, I think we're done off-roading. Man, I look back, forget about the latency thing again, and then just watch myself get hit. There's one thing that I am going to regret a bit. And I say this only because it's been helpful to me in the past a few times. Is if I was streaming something and then I got lost in chat for a second and something happened, I do occasionally look back at... There we go. I do occasionally look back at my copy of the stream that I have running, like I do right now, and I can re-see it. That's pretty cool. The only way that'll happen now is if I miss it and immediately look at the screen, and I might catch it. That's one thing actually I did always enjoy about streaming, was that if I missed anything, I could re-catch it. Not the audio so much, but like the video. That's crap. You're lucky I have night vision. Just kidding, I have no night vision. So dark. Genuinely do not know where I'm at. Ah, the outside. We're full. Okay. Run. Okay. Where's my submarine? It's over there on the other side. Wow. These tablets are everywhere. I was worried about dropping that one through the floor. There's nothing. Nothing to it. Absolutely everywhere. We're okay. Let's watch that happen again. Oh, that's terrible now. Before I used to get, like, replays, but they were a couple seconds later. Now I get, like, instant replays of everything. Yeah, instant replays of anything that I do. Yeah, of everything, basically.
Aboard, Captain.
No, the one I dropped is purple. I'm pretty sure. It's like a regular... It's like a regular thing. There's some spooky noises happening somewhere, and I'm pretty sure they're down there. Not gonna go down there. I'm pretty sure the one I dropped was purple. I don't know, though. Anyway, we'll be wrapping up the stream soon. I'm gonna craft all the, like, secondary materials that I need to make the things I want to make. Put away some of these extra supplies. So I'll be all set up for next episode. And then we can craft them really quick and put them into use. If only there was a way I could, like, hold down this W key. Like, I need something small but heavy. That's the problem. Like, I have heavy things, but they're all too big. Like, I need a small metal weight. Don't believe I have anything like that near me. I have a tube of chapstick. That is unfortunately not heavy enough to do such a thing. Oh, I'm about to run into a rock while I'm trying to balance chapstick on my W key. I have a glass of water, but of course that will cause me to press all the buttons on my keyboard and potentially have an interesting side effect of possibly getting water all over my keyboard when it falls over inevitably. What else do we have? I don't think I have anything else. Let's spook him. He didn't care. I'm not gonna leave yet. That was a weird sound. Whoops.
Seek fluid intake.
I do know I had somebody... Oh yeah, we're totally gonna investigate that cave next time, by the way. I really want to. I do remember somebody, I want to say it was the Nikado, was telling me he'd like watch my streams on about a minute delay because his internet was bad. So, of course, oh no, I didn't think about that. You can't delay the stream anymore. I might ask him next time I see him in chat if it's if that's a, you know, how it looks to him, because if he can't skip back a minute, that might kind of ruin the streams for him. Oh, that sucks. I didn't think about that. The cool thing as well... Okay. Sorry, that was a second later. Do it again. Do it again. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
The first one didn't count because I was 2.5. Okay, that's not bad. Well, and the thing is you have to keep in mind, there's a little bit of reaction time on both of our sides that we have to account for. You got to account for the reaction time for me to recognize your message, say something, and then the reaction time that it takes you to see it and recognize it. So it does slightly add into the time, although then again, I think that might be part of the equation anyway, so I may have no idea what I'm talking about right now. Oh yeah, need water. Yeah, you know, that is actually, because if you're talking about from the reference point of someone watching, then you're missing one of those reaction times. But if you're talking about the reference point of someone watching and then replying,
Vital signs stabilizing.
then that reaction time is totally part of the equation, and I'm a complete idiot. So yeah, that is actually a part of that. Yum. Fish flavored. So, need another copper wire. I thought I already made copper wire. Okay. No, I didn't make any copper wire, that's right. So I have everything I need for vehicle upgrade console. And I need some lead for the modification station, and then we're done there. Might have gotten more copper than I needed, but you know what? That's okay. Got the lead. Get rid of these purple tablets, this extra table coral sample, all this extra lithium. Very useful, by the way, for just general reinforcing my base. Let me make sure I still have everything. Yeah, so I need 1 titanium for that. I need 3 for that, so I need 4 titanium total, which I have. Alright, so I'm not going to build it now because my point of this whole video is mostly to not do story-related things, which I think I succeeded in. Mostly just gathering resources. So next time we'll set up all this. If you guys are interested, you know, it's probably going to be a day or two because I did just release that last Subnautica video, which, if you're bored, you can go watch. Just saying. Oh, it's spooky out here. Where's my spotlight? There it is. Oh, it's so dark in here. Yeah, I want to... No, I'm pretty sure, now that I'm looking at it again, the actual reaction time between two people is going to be about 2.5 seconds. But that being said, I bet the actual reaction time before was about 17 seconds then. Not bad. I'll rewatch the stream later, maybe on like my work break or when I get off work, just to see if it, you know, died. Like this kind of scene is where I'd be most worried about it dying, which I can really quickly check actually. Because when you're looking at really dark scenes, that's when artifacts start appearing. And while I can see that there definitely are some in the scene, it's actually not that bad. It's only on the absolute darkest things, and at that point, YouTube does a really great job of crushing the dark colors anyway. Anyway, to those of you that showed up, thanks for showing up. I do appreciate the feedback. It's very helpful. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it definitely takes more than 10 seconds for me to react to those kind of things before, but now it might be pretty quick. It might be distractingly so, but I still think it'll be okay. The comment about the face, not the face itself. Well, and keep in mind as well, if somebody's talking to me, as far as I know, YouTube chat doesn't get a very big delay. So as soon as you type something, I'm pretty sure it shows up in front of me. And then I can immediately reply to that. It's just sort of the case of, like, this is what happens a lot, where I'll say something, and then I'll wait for, I'll wait for a reply to it. Like, let's say I need something to proceed, so I'll say, hey, can you help me with this? And then I wait for a reply. Somebody replies, 20 seconds later, like we were talking about, maybe 25. And during that entire 25-second period, I say nothing, which means, then you get a 25-second waiting period before I resume. So, yeah, this 2 seconds is going to be pretty great for moving on and not leaving big gaps. The big gap will be like 8 seconds, which isn't bad. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time for the next stream or video or whatever. Like, even signing out like this, normally I have to wait for someone to say thank you for test streaming or thank you for, whatever, something like that. And it just happens right away. That's so strange. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. See you guys later.